Imagine waking up on a Saturday morning, the fragrance of fresh espresso drifting through your palatial hallway, while the sun peeks over the horizon of your ultra-private estate and your personal chef is already preparing brunch. That, believe it or not, is just the beginning of a typical weekend for someone living the $50 million or more lifestyle of the ultra-rich. Let me take you on a journey inside how the ultra-wealthy spend their weekends. Not just the flashy bits you see on Instagram, but the rhythm of their days, the subtle choices, and the luxury that silently underpins it all. Think of it as a comfortable chat between friends, peeling back the curtain just a little. Friday evening, the wind-down ritual. By 6 p.m., the work week is done, or at least shifted. For many ultra-rich individuals, it isn't about shutting down so much as switching gears. They leave behind conference calls and spreadsheets and wander into a different mode. Friday night might begin at home, a casual dinner with family or a handful of close friends in a dining room that could rival a boutique hotel. The chef might serve something seasonal, locally sourced, but presented like art. Possibly accompanied by a wine from a cellar stocked with rare vintages. Or perhaps they escape, a helicopter ride to a weekend retreat, a super yacht moored off the coast, or a short flight to an alpine lodge. According to recent data, spending on luxury hospitality experiences, think private jets, charters, high-end villas, is booming among the ultra-wealthy. The vibe here isn't loud or showy. The insiders know the prestige is in the freedom, the ease. No queues, no waiting. The house is already prepped. The playlist is queued up. The glass of champagne in hand? That's optional. Saturday morning, ritual meets indulgence. Wake up with views. Whether that's floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking an infinity pool or a panoramic terrace facing the sea, Saturday morning feels different when you don't commute or contend with traffic. Breakfast might be leisurely. Fresh pastries, exotic fruits, fine coffee. But here's the twist. Even in these moments, the ultra-rich often blend indulgence with purpose. After breakfast, they might head out, not to a crowded mall, but to something bespoke. A round of golf at a private club, a yacht ride, or maybe a helicopter drop to a secluded beach. Many affluent individuals turn their weekends into mini expeditions, from wellness retreats to art-focused escapes. Or perhaps the morning is spent moving. A jog along a private trail, a session with a personal trainer in a home gym fitted with high-end equipment, or a swim in a pool where the temperature and lighting are voice-controlled. For many who have already reached this level, fitness and health become not just chores but privileges. Saturday afternoon, curated enjoyment. Now we're in the heart of the weekend. The afternoon is when choices matter, because there are so many of them, and each one reflects more than money. It reflects taste, mindset, and experience. For instance, a trip to a collector's preview, where they view a rare painting or sculpture before it even hits the public auction block. Art collecting is a top hobby for the ultra-wealthy. Or maybe they'll explore a passion project, a vintage car drive on a private track, with mechanics on hand, a chartered boat for a few hours of deep-sea fishing, or an off-grid picnic in a specially staged location, complete with a personal butler and live acoustic music. It's not just what they do, but how they do it. The table is set perfectly. The crew is discreet. The transition from one activity to the next feels effortless. Saturday evening, elegant gatherings or intimate escapes. As evening sets in, there are two divergent paths that both the ultra-rich often take. One is communal, hosting friends, family, or VIP guests for dinner under the stars, with live music, custom lighting, and multi-course meals prepared by renowned chefs. The other is more private, a candlelit dinner for two, either at home or in a tucked-away resort far from paparazzi or public fuss. Either way, moderation is key. The daytime extravagances give way to softer rhythms. Conversations linger. The options, to lounge by a fire pit, to view a film in a home cinema, to enjoy a nightcap by the pool, are many, but the mood is one of ease. Sunday morning. Slow, intentional start. Sunday begins late. There's no alarm unless it's for a planned sunrise yacht jaunt or a hot air balloon flight. Yes, that kind of weather permitting. The ultra-rich understand that part of their luxury is reclaiming time. Maybe it's brunch on the terrace, with fresh ocean breeze and a custom-performed acoustic set. Perhaps the kids are in a cook-off with the chef, or the pets are gently walked by a professional handler in a private garden. The chores of everyday life, cleaning, laundry, errands, are outsourced. One Reddit thread neatly captured that. Pay for all sorts of service providers: cleaners, laundry services, nanny, meal prep service, landscapers, car service. And so, Sunday morning unfolds like a dream slowed down. A book by the pool, a nap in a hammock, maybe a trip to a spa for a face mask and massage while the world outside still thinks it's rush hour. Sunday afternoon, meaningful indulgence. By afternoon, the mood shifts to reflection, connection, and giving back. Because yes, even the ultra-rich pause to invest in the intangible. They might host a charity luncheon, attend a foundation event, or open their home for a smaller gathering of close friends who share their interests. Interestingly, while luxury goods and experiences dominate their personal spending, charitable giving among the ultra-wealthy is nearly as high. Or perhaps the afternoon is spent at a retreat to deepen a hobby: horse riding on a private ranch, a master class with a chef or vintner, or a helicopter flight to a remote mountain lodge for an impromptu film premiere. There's also downtime, the kind that feels almost luxurious because it's free of obligation. A stroll through a private art collection, a quiet poolside reading hour, a moment of solitude before the week ahead begins again. Sunday evening, preparation and reflection. As the weekend nears its close, there's a subtle shift from indulgence to intention. The ultra-rich often use this time to reflect, plan, and reset. Dinner might be simple, but still high-end. Think locally sourced, minimally processed, perfectly prepared. And afterwards, rather than hitting a nightclub, they might retreat to their home theater, watch an art house film, or have an intimate gathering around a fireplace discussing ideas, travel plans, new investments, or philanthropic ventures. The night ends with a sense of calm. The week ahead looms. But for now, there's still luxury, in privacy, comfort, freedom. And that, in many ways, is the core of how they spend their weekends. What we can take away. There's what you see: the yachts, the megacars, the villas. But more interesting is what you don't see: the orchestration, the backups, the silence, the trusted team behind the scenes. The ultra-rich don't just buy luxury, they design their lives around it. One article noted they spent $129.5 billion on luxury transportation alone, $115.6 billion on luxury goods, and $25.3 billion on luxury hospitality. Here's how you might translate some of their weekend habits into your own life, even at a smaller scale. Prioritize free time. True luxury isn't always about big spends. It's about the freedom to choose how to use your time. Focus on experience over stuff. Experiences stick with us longer than objects do. When the ultra-rich spend, they often choose travel, wellness, or personal passions. So next time you catch yourself thinking, wow, if I just had $50 million, I'd... Remember, it's not just what you buy, it's how you live. Design your time, plan your rituals. And when you can finally exhale on a Sunday evening, you'll know you've lived your own version of luxury. If you enjoyed this peek behind the velvet rope, make sure to subscribe, drop a comment, and share with someone curious about how the other half spends their weekends.